your girl Drea back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. Welcome to day 9 of Vlogtober. This is the last time you guys will see me in this costume. Oh, let me back up some. The Wilma costume, the wife from the Flintstones. This is the last time you'll see me in this costume, and I'll have something a little different for y'all tomorrow. So make sure you guys are commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Also be sure to hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I will be uploading a video every single day for the month of October, so you guys do not want to miss out. I'm doing a month of story times. So without further ado, let's get into day 9, y'all. Sorry, that was a mouthful. With this story time, I am sticking with the Popeyes theme. I told you guys the story time yesterday how they thought I was hunching in the Popeyes bathroom, even though I was not doing that. And this is a little further down the line in this story, but at this point in time, I am dating the cute guy who worked there, which I said his name is Sean. We got a different crew at this point, guys, because this is like a year. I think this is about a year later. And at this point, like I said, I was dating Sean. And mind you, at this point, I was only working at Popeyes in the summer and in the winter because I was in college at this point. And it was so crazy because me and Sean only dated during those times too. Like whenever I would go back to college, we would break up. So he was just like my college winter little boo person. So at this point we were dating, and we decided that we wanted to go on vacation with another couple who also worked at Popeyes. And I'm going to give these two people names. The one guy, we're going to name him Alex. And then his girlfriend, we're going to name her. We're going to name her Carly. So we got Sean, which is the cute guy that I was dating. We got Alex, which is another guy who works there, and then his girlfriend, Carly. Of course, Casey is still working there. Remember Casey from the last story? She liked Sean. She also liked Prom Date. She liked Sean and Prom Date. Don't forget, guys, Prom Date also works at Popeyes, and his mother, Prom Date's mother, is the manager of Popeyes. She's like the main store manager of the restaurant. So sorry y'all, we got all these characters. And then another point, we end up getting this other manager. So remember I told you guys I had got interviewed by like the bald white guy. He was no longer working there, so we had got this other manager, and he was really funny. He was like the cute light-skinned manager who was like in his early 30s. And yeah, so it was like a vibe at Popeyes. We was all still young, a nice little lit crew. So y'all, I remember the four of us all wanted to go on vacation, and it was hard to do that because that's 4 workers missing for like 3-4 days, you know. And then through the weekend, it's just like, all right, who's about to cover all of our shifts? Now, of course, we put in this request weeks in advance just to ensure that we would all 4 get these days off. Now, Carly, I remember her already having a vacation plan. We all wanted to go to New Jersey. I remember going to New Jersey, we went to go to the beach, and she had already had this vacation plan to go to New York with her friends or whatever. But we had decided, like, okay, what we're going to do is she's already going to be on her vacation for the whole week. We're going to slide by, pick Carly up, and then go to Jersey and have the rest of our weekend vacation. So it was like cool. Like we had it all planned out. The manager agreed to give us all 4 days off, and it was lit. And y'all, it was crazy because the things we used to do on Popeyes was crazy. Because don't forget, like in Popeyes, we was only making minimum wage. We was making $7.25. Unless you were a manager, you probably made like 10, maybe. No, probably not even that. But we was only making $7.25. So it's just like, with only a couple of weeks left, and us wanting to get a rental, get a hotel, you know, have to pay for gas, have money down there. And we're all very, very young. Like, I was 19. Alex, I think he was like a year or two older than me. And then you had Sean and Carly, who were both 18. So it was just like we were all, you know, young teenagers basically. And we just wanted to make sure we had enough money to go out there. I remember it was so annoying because at that time, I was the only person with my license. Sean, he didn't even really know how to drive all like that. Carly didn't know how to drive at all. Alex, he knew how to drive, but his license was suspended. So all the driving pretty much relied on me, which I wasn't mad about that because I get nervous going on long road trips and with other people driving. Like, I just always been the driver. I'd rather me drive. That's just where I feel the most safe. I'm still like that to this day. I am the main driver. I remember in order to get money for this trip, y'all, we had like this scheme going on in Popeyes, and I'm pretty sure it happens at a lot of places, a lot of restaurants. Basically, at this point, you know, I'm on drive-through, guys. I upgraded to drive-through, okay? I've been working there for a year now. So I remember I'm on drive-through, and we would each take turns doing this certain days. And it's so crazy because our manager at the time, the guy manager, not prom date's mom, but the guy manager, the new manager we had, he was like in cahoots with it. Like, he would be like, okay, Drea's on drive-through this day, let her make her money. Which meant, y'all, and I know this is crazy, don't do this, do not do this. And I'm ashamed of this, but that's how we had so much money to go on vacation. So basically, we would take orders through the drive-through. Remember when I told y'all my last story time? Basically, whenever we get an order, you know, we hear it through our headphones. So as we're taking the order, we're packing the order. And when I say packing, that means you get a box, and say they want a 2-piece spicy with red beans and rice and a Coke. Cool. We put all that in a box, and I just like already knew the price in my head. I'm like, $7.49 out the window. Cool. And I wouldn't ring it up in the register yet. I would wait. And once I told them the price, if they gave me cash, I would literally pocket their cash and give them change out of my own pocket. Therefore, Popeyes was never getting paid. I know, y'all, this is bad. But of course, if they had gave me a card, I would just ring the order in real quick and swipe their card and pay for it, because it only worked if they give you cash. So them big orders, sometimes we would, we didn't know it all in our head. So we would ring it up just to see the price of it. And, you know, of course, delete it off the screen and then tell them. And then, you know, you got to be quick with it. Like, I had my little calculator right there, and I always had my change sitting on the side, the change that I had brought from home on the side. So I'm not going to lie, like, I will go home with the extra $200 a day that night, you know, $200 that night. And I'm just putting money to, it's to the point where I was making so much money doing that, that whenever I had got my actual checks, I was just saving my checks. I wasn't even cashing them out yet. I just had checks. So yeah, we was all doing that. And I remember the boss ended up coming one day, and he's just like, I'm just trying to figure out why sales are low. And we're all like, we don't know. Like, of course, we're letting the managers handle that. So I remember the manager had came to us, the guy manager came to us like, all right, y'all, like, we gotta slow down on this. Like, we gotta chill out for a while and get our sales back up, because obviously we're taking too much money. Like, I remember the one time, the one guy, he was being so greedy with it. Excuse me. He was so greedy with it. Like, we barely made any money that day. Oh man, he got his ass chewed out. But at the same time, I'm just like, Mr. Manager, you allow us to do this. It's to the point where even if the manager said don't do it, like, we were still doing it. So it got pretty bad, y'all. It got pretty bad. So, and then, you know, with Popeyes, we throw food out at the end of the night. So we was taking hella food home, like all that good stuff. But anyway, so I did all that to have all this money to go on the vacation. I had my mom, you know, at this point, I'm building my trust back up. I'm in college now, I'm older, you know. So she goes and gets us a rental. It's in her name. So of course, I'm like, I'm gonna be doing all the driving. So she's like, all right, hun. Now, of course, at this point, Carly, she is already in New York with her girlfriends or whoever she went to New York with. So we're like, all right, well, we got to drive to New York to get Carly and then to Jersey to our hotel. Now, at this point, I ain't really never been nowhere, y'all. I ain't never really been nowhere. I just wanted to go on vacation so bad. We didn't even, where we went in Jersey, I can't even tell you where we went because we didn't go to Atlantic City. We didn't go to Jersey Shore. We didn't go to, what part of Jersey is that with the little beach? I forget what it's called, but we didn't go to none of that. I can't even fully remember what beach we went to, but yeah, it was weird. I don't know why we did this. We were just like, let's go to Jersey. We didn't really fully think it through. And like I said, I never really been anywhere, so I didn't fully know what I was doing. So we're excited. It's a day O. I go pick everybody up and we're driving. We're driving to New York. Now, New York, where she was at in New York, it was like a 6-7 hour drive, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It was a lot. It was a lot. She was some weird part of New York. And yeah, so we picked her up. Like I told you, at this point, it's just me, Sean, and Alex. And of course, Alex is the boyfriend of Carly, who we're going to go pick up in New York. So we finally get to New York. We pick her up. We're all excited, like, woohoo, yeah, let's get this vacation started, y'all. Let's go. So I immediately just start driving to Jersey because, you know, I'm the driver. But I'm not going to lie, I start getting tired because I've already been driving like 6-7 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on my way driving to Jersey and we're getting there. And I remember the whole ride, Sean was like the person playing the music. And I swear the whole freaking time he was playing Chance the Rapper, his album or his mixtape, Acid Rap. Until this day, I freaking love Chance the Rapper and listening to Acid Rap. But that's what he played the whole time on repeat, y'all. Like, I can probably sing every single song to y'all on that mixtape. Like, no lie. But I really do love Chance, y'all. Do y'all love Chance? Because I do. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just like, okay, dude, like, we need to listen to something else. Like, this is getting a little tiring. So now we have Alex like, do you want me to drive? You know, I can drive for a little bit. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And y'all, this is before I knew his license was suspended. He just said he had a license too. But I was just so much like, my mom got us the rental and she wants me to drive. I'm just going to drive. He's like, I'm just give you a little break. So I'm like, okay. So I remember I pulled over and I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit in the back seat because I'm going to catch a couple Z's so I can drive again, you know, for in like an hour or two. He's like, all right, bet, cool. Because I remember where she was at in New York, it was like 4 hours away from where we were going in Jersey. So I remember it was like a 12-hour trip altogether, y'all. It was a lot. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Let's just go. So we switch seats and I get in the back. Cool. Now we're on the highway. We're cruising. I'm literally laying down for like 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes. Next thing you know, all you hear is bloop, 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 bloop. And you see red and blue sirens. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I've literally only been back here for 10 minutes. I've been driving for 7 hours. How do you drive for 10 minutes and get pulled the fuck over? Like, no, seriously, Alex, how the hell do you get pulled over? So now I'm sitting up. I'm like, oh shit, like, we're getting pulled over. Like, what happened? Like, what happened? Type shit. I'm like, what's going on? He's just like, I don't know. So of course, you know, he pulls over and we're on the highway or turnpike, whatever. And, you know, of course, I'm up listening to what's going on. And they're like, oh, license registration, this and that. And I'm just like, yeah, get out the glove compartment. It's, you know, he's like, oh, yeah, this is the rental. And, of course, he has his license. And he's just like, yeah, you know, this license is suspended. Can anybody else in the car drive? So now I'm just like, oh, like, I'm just literally not going to get any freaking rest. Like, none. So he was just like, oh, yeah. We got somebody else in the car who can drive. He was like, okay, well, you're going to need to, get out the driver's seat and all this. So they literally watched us switch seats, and I got back in the driver's seat. And I'm just like, ugh, what the fuck? Like, this shit is just insane. So now I'm looking at Alex like, nigga, you knew your shit was expired. Like, what was you doing? They talking about he was speeding and whatnot. And I'm just like, damn, like, really? Like, you just had to be speeding. Like, come on. So I'm like, whatever. At this point, once I seen we was getting pulled over and the police came, it really did, like, wake me up. I'm like, okay, I'm up now. Like, what's up? So, of course, I get back onto the driver's seat and we go on our merry way. Yes, and they did give him a speeding ticket. They sure enough did. And I was just like, oh, well, that's on you. That don't got nothing to do with me. So I'm not worried about that speeding ticket. But they gave him a speeding ticket. Yes, they did. So I get back in the driver's seat and I'm driving. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, sorry, this one piece of hair is making me so mad. But we're driving. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm about to just get there. Like, turn that chance back up. Turn that acid right back up. Like, I gotta get lit. Like, come on now. So everybody's back up with me, and because we're all kind of shook after getting pulled over, because we're still a bunch of just like we're teenagers. So now it's just like, all right, come on, yeah, let's go. Thank God we wasn't like smoking in the car or nothing. Goodness gracious. We finally get to Jersey. By the time we get there, it's like 5-6 o'clock. Like, we start driving. I remember we left early in the morning. Like, it was still dark outside. So by the time we got there, it was like late afternoon, and there was a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic, and it was just so annoying, y'all. So annoying. But we finally got to the hotel, which honestly, we did not even get a hotel. We ended up getting a motel that had a pool at it. But it was cool, but not really, because I'm really weird about like bedding, and I just don't like when the bedding isn't white. It was like one of those patterns on a bed. Like, I don't like that. I like white sheets, white blankets, white pillows. Everything gotta be white. I want to see it all. Like, I don't want to see this pattern blanket with these patterned curtains. And yeah, the worst. Like, why don't we get a motel? I really don't know. Like I said, I was young and I ain't never been nowhere. Literally, I ain't never been nowhere. And we worked at Popeyes, y'all. We was working. I mean, like, how much money you think we had? I was working at Popeyes. Well, we had a couple dollars. But yeah, anyway, so I remember we first got there and we're like, oh, we're hungry. So we're like, okay, I'm like, yeah, like, let's order some pizza. So we're like, okay, well, let's all pitch in on some pizza. Carly is looking at Alex and they're kind of going back and forth. And of course, me and Sean are like, what's going on? So Alex is like, running his girl's business, like, yeah, she talking about she went to New York and spent all of her money. Now she don't got no money to be here in Jersey. So I'm looking at Carly like, Carly, girl, why you spend all your money in New York knowing that you was about to be in New York and Jersey? I mean, maybe because she figured that her boyfriend was there, Alex got her or whatever, because he got money. But like I said, we all work at Popeyes. Like, come on now, girl. So he's mad because she spent all her money. So, of course, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to just order the pizza. It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. So I ordered the pizza. Cool. We ate. Everything was fine. We chilled. And I remember, I think we had went to, like, it was getting late that day, but we ended up going to the beach or whatever. But at this beach, we weren't able to be on the beach at night. But I remember, y'all, when I first seen the beach, because you gotta remember, I ain't never been nowhere, okay? As soon as I see it, I immediately got so scared. Like, being, what was I, 19? Never been to the beach. And for the first time that I ever see the beach, it is at night. Let me tell y'all, that is very overwhelming. Very overwhelming, to the point where I was just like, oh my gosh, this looks terrifying. I've never seen the beach before. It just goes and goes and goes. Like, you can't, there's no end. I'm so used to Pittsburgh. We got rivers. I can see it. I can see where the river ends. I could not see where the ocean ended. So I'm just like, oh my God, this is terrifying. And it's at night and you got like the moonlight just shining on the water. I was terrified. So of course, they're all clowning me. And I'm just like, I don't care. That shit's scary. But yeah, they're all clowning me and they're like, yeah, we'll just come back in the morning during the day, like, which was still just like breathtaking. It was crazy. But yeah, it was wild. Y'all, we never even walked on the beach or really even in the sand or nothing. It was a bunch going on. But let me tell you, after that night happened, we ended up going back to the hotel after walking like their little boardwalk they had. And yeah, we ended up going back to the hotel, going to sleep, whatever. So the next day we were like, all right, let's go back to the beach, during the day. And I'm like, oh yeah, period. So we go to the beach. I can't remember little details, like what we had for breakfast and all that extra stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure, obviously, we went to go get some food. So we did all that. And we had drove to the beach. Because I remember our hotel wasn't, like, walking distance to get to the beach. So we had drove to the beach. And I remember I had parked. And we got out. We were just, like, walking the boardwalk. Y'all, I really don't know why we did not go on to the actual beach. I really don't know. But after being there for so long, and this wasn't like a beach where like it was live. Like there was a lot of people there, but it wasn't one of those like real popping beaches. Like if we were to go to like Atlantic City or something. So it was just like real regular. But we had went and we wasn't even there that long. We was there for a little bit and we was like, all right, let's go back to the hotel. Now, of course, again, we're hungry and it seemed like nobody had money. And I'm like, why doesn't anybody have money? Like it was to the point where I was the one putting the gas in the car. And like I said, I had to buy pizza for everybody the first night. And it's just like everybody was broke for real. Like, they're just like, oh, well, we had to put money in on the room. And we had to pitch in on the rental. And we had to pitch in for gas coming down here. And it's just like, yeah, but y'all didn't bring any spending money coming down here. Like, am I the only one who actually saved to come on this trip? Like, I guess so. For real. Crazy. So now I'm just like, whatever, let's go back to the hotel. We can get in the pool there. So they're like, all right, bet. So we go there, y'all. I remember I had ordered pizza again. Because these motherfuckers was gonna be starving. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I remember we get in the pool and it was cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like we had fun, but I was just starting to get irritated because I'm just like, why is everybody fucking broke? And then Alex, you're over here mad at Carly because Carly's broke because you gotta spend more money on both you and Carly. But y'all don't really have food to eat. So y'all got me over here paying. You know what? I should have just let all y'all motherfuckers starve. It's better enough I'm the one who had to drive all the way the fuck down here. It was just too much. So yeah, like I remember we was down there from like I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, left Sunday type shit. So I remember Saturday we had went back to the beach, y'all. This is what, the third day we're down here. We had went back to the beach and y'all, I'm telling you, we did not walk on the beach. We didn't get in the water. We didn't do shit. I really don't know why. Don't remember at all. But I do remember we couldn't go at night. But we mainly just walked the boardwalk and we was having fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we was definitely having a little fun time. But like I said, I was irritated because I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? Like, this is so crazy. But anyway, going back to, oh yeah, there was like little parties and stuff going on, yeah. So then when we was leaving from the boardwalk, we had walked back to our car and I was so mad because there was a ticket on a car and I'm like, fuck, like I got a parking ticket, which was crazy because I'm like, I could have sworn we could have parked here. Like, we've been parking here for the last 2 days, but whatever. I got a parking ticket and I was pissed because of course I had to pay the fucking parking ticket. Y'all, at that point, like once I got the parking ticket, I was so irritated and I already knew they knew that I was irritated as fuck. Like, they just seen it all in my face. So it wasn't nobody saying nothing. Like, not even Sean, he wasn't saying nothing. They was just like, all right, let's just go back to the room. So, of course, we go back to the room. And Carly fixes her lips talking about, oh, dang, like, I'm hungry. Like, bitch, a bitch don't got money. A bitch who don't got money don't get to eat. Period. A bitch who don't got money don't get to motherfucking eat. So, of course, I'm not going to let a bitch starve. At this point, Alex just don't got no money. Either he don't got no money or he just ain't trying to spend the last of his money. And Sean basically didn't have money either, or he had like just enough money for him, but he ain't really have no money either. So when I tell you this was a pizza eating ass trip, because it was like the cheapest thing. This is, you know, at pizzas now, you get a large pizza, it'd be like $30. But this is back when pizza was actually cheap, a cheap meal. I'm telling you, we ate pizza every day down that bitch. Every fucking day. So I'm piecing out. But at the same time, I don't want everybody to starve. But at the same time, I'm just being so fully taken advantage of. And I'm just so irritated because I ain't never been nowhere. And this whole trip was for me to be somewhere and to do something. And we didn't really do anything. And we didn't even go on the beach. But I can't remember why we didn't go on the beach. We're getting pulled over, so I don't even get help driving. Then I get a parking ticket. I'm feeding all of y'all motherfuckers. I'm just pissed. I'm so mad, y'all. I'm so mad. So at this point, like, I'm so ready for it to be Sunday so we can get the fuck up out of here. Knowing I'm the one who had to drive all the way back with no help, but at least we have to go to New York first. So it was just straight from Jersey to home. And I think that was like just like a 5-hour drive or something like that. Y'all, I was so irritated. Oh my gosh. So of course, the last day comes, we get in the car and I'm driving back. At this point, I'm not even talking to nobody. I'm looking at Sean. Sean already know what to do. That's right. Turn on that Chance the Rapper acid rap. Let's go. So now, better than it was the last time, baby. Ooh. If y'all know Chance the Rapper, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. So listen. Driving down there, just playing his mixtape on repeat. I drop all of them off and I call my mom, like, meet me at the rental spot. Drop the car off, she come get me. I literally get in my bed and I go to fuck to sleep. Like, I just wanted to sleep that whole trip away out of my memory. That was insane. That was so insane. But let me tell y'all how that was probably the beginning of me going on trips with broke people or being broke. Like, that was the beginning. I should have learned my lesson right then and there. Y'all have all these other story times of me talking about either me being broke or everybody being broke or one person being broke and we going on these trips. That's what started it off. Like, I'm just realizing that's what started this off. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. But yeah, anyway, y'all, I'm telling y'all, even though a couple of these story times have happened like not too long ago, when I tell you I am so different now, like, trust me, you cannot get me to go another trip with anybody like that don't have the funds. But you know what? I'll let y'all know in a couple months, because we about to be going to Houston for my sister's birthday in a couple months, and I'll let y'all know how it go. I will. But yes, y'all, anyway, that's it for this story time. So make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about this story, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.